I'm gonna be trying something new. I'm gonna use my microphone, and I'm gonna play Fortnite while actually talking and interacting. I'm not just gonna be doing like one round and then stop the recording. I'm gonna play a couple rounds, and I'm gonna see how this goes. Just keep going back and forth between posting different clips on here now, posting rounds with probably no microphone, and posting rounds with my microphone. I just got this new skin today. I really like it. It actually matches with my girlfriend. My girlfriend has the girl version of this skin, and I saw it, and I was like, I gotta get it. You know, it's a really cool skin. Fortnite's been cooking with these skins lately. They've been cooking with the season. I don't know. I don't know if people actually like the season, but I do. It's fun. The sweeper shotgun, my favorite shotgun. Not that they've ever had, but it is one of my favorites of the season right now because it's so cool. It shoots yourself under my shot, but it's cool. I like it. I really do. Once I find out how to, and I figure it all out, I might start streaming soon. Okay. Can't upload. Okay, go away. Sorry about the interruption, guys. But I know I never do this kind of type of content, but I've always grown up watching YouTubers play things, and I know it was my safe space when I was younger. That's all I had to do was lay in my bed, watch YouTubers play games, and I always aspire to be one of those YouTubers that people watch in their little comfort zones, or you know, that they get inspiration to play a game from, because I remember when I was little, I was always looking for games to play that YouTubers were playing. Because Human Fall Flat was a game that I've played before, but only after the fact of watching YouTubers play it and then being like, hey, I want to play that game, you know? Anyways, but I know that I always was one of those kids that sat there and watched YouTube of the video games that I liked, no matter who was playing it, and if I liked the YouTuber, I'd subscribe to him. So, I'm here doing that. Just died, as y'all can see. It's okay. Thank you. I don't know, I feel like I'm more comfortable doing this, more comfortable actually speaking. Because I was younger, I had this really bad YouTube channel. It was terrible. It was so cringy. One of the main games I remember playing, I would always use, I forgot what the app was called, but it gave you a little circle at the top corner of your screen of your phone, and you could record little videos for YouTube. I remember one of the main games remembering playing was the game Can Your Pet. And it was a game where you had a pet. I think it was a chicken. Yeah, it was a chicken. And you fed it, you nurtured it, you took care of it, and then you get a setting that looks like a bicycle. And then you're like, oh, it's a bicycle. But then you flip it, but then it flips around, turns into a meat grinder, and it turns your chickens into, like, food. I forgot if it was either chicken wings or chicken nuggets, something like that. But I remember I've watched like 5 YouTubers play it before then, and they blew up and got crazy famous. So my little 7-year-old brain was like, you know what? I could do that. And so I pretended to have fake reactions, or I didn't pretend, I had fake reactions to the game I was playing. Blew up with 12 views. Thank you, no need to brag. But I remember I used to do a whole bunch of cringy stuff like that. Like when it happened, I was like, oh look, it's a bicycle. Because I remember watching another YouTuber play it. I forgot who it was, but they said the exact same thing, so I just copied what they said. And I was like, oh look, it's a bicycle. Let's go ride a bike. And then when it dropped, I was like, And then word for word, what this YouTuber said, I copied the exact same. I went, oh, it's called Can Your Pet because you're putting your pet in a can. Oh, and I felt I felt so proud of myself. I was up there. I was doing peak YouTube at that point. That was what I was thinking, right? Now that I look back at it, I regret all of my decisions, and I never wish to go back to that. Because another one of my most famous, you know, little YouTube things, not, you know, famous, but famous to me and my family, was my jigsaw series. I carried my phone around, my phone around, and I recorded me and my cousins doing some, like, pretending to be in Jigsaw. And I remember when we had to do the voice, I went behind the camera and I did the Jigsaw voice of, like, the instructions, and then I would, like, just come back like nothing happened. If I make an excuse, I'd be like, oh wait, I think we can get it. Let me get a pair of scissors. And I'd walk away, and then I'd do the voice, and then, like, coincidentally, after the voice was done, I would come back into frame and be like, I got it, when it was just, like, all on a chair. We had all of our equipment, my phone set up, all on a chair. And so, yeah, that's basically how we got everything going. And we thought we were so cool for that. We were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. One of the most ongoing jokes that we have to this day from then was that there was a hallway full of poison darts, right? And then we were like, we have to crawl through so we don't get hit by the poison darts, and so it doesn't poison us, right? 4 more frames, at least throughout the entire video, we run through that hallway. We don't care. There are no poison darts. They never existed. It was all a lie. So every time we see like a hallway or something, or we're walking through a hallway, we're like, quick guys, let's crawl so we don't get hit by the poison darts. And then we just start running through the hallway. Now no, we're not little heathens. We don't go in like the church hallway or a hotel and we start running a ruckus through the hallway. We do it in like our house or something. We're not little troublemakers. You know that much. I'm pretty well put together, if I say so myself. Which I'm saying I would say so myself. I don't know about other people, but I would say I'm pretty put together. Now, I don't know really what else to talk about other than either embarrassing past moments or whatever, so I'm just going to start spitting out random stuff. So any conversation can go anywhere. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. I'll switch to the next topic if I have to. If it's getting stretched along. So that's practically what I'm going to be doing here. And also, YouTube seems to be getting bigger now than it has been in the past couple years, because I swear I never had any interest in YouTube for the past 4 years, 3 or 4 years or so. I haven't really had much interest in YouTube recently. I don't know why. It hasn't really been necessarily anything specific. It's just creators were getting either like they were getting in trouble, or they were getting caught for something, or they were getting canceled, and I was just like, at this point, why even watch YouTube in the first place? Because either way, it's not really going to work out, because something's going to happen. It always seems like something happens. And some creators just straight up, their videos weren't as entertaining to me anymore, because I would watch Jelly, Sluggerman, and Quibble Cup when I was younger. They split up. It went on to Jelly and Sluggerman. Then it was Jelly, Sluggo, and Craner. And I watched them when they first got together for about, I don't know, for about maybe a month. And then I found out that they separated from the group, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll still watch some of them. So I watched a little bit of their Among Us videos. Those are the main ones I actually watched because they were the most entertaining. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if they're like, oh, Among Us is such a meme game now, it's not even fun. Well, it was funny for me. It was fun for me to watch. Well, then Craner came back, and then their videos started getting a lot better, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a chance. Well, then they had beef, right? And Jelly's gone, Sluggo and Craner went on to do their own channel. Jelly's back with Quibble Cup. And everything that's happening in YouTube right now, I'm like, I might as well just try and either, find old people that I used to watch other than them, or just quit YouTube entirely. Quit watching YouTube entirely. So I found, I restarted watching SNL. And I forgot how funny it was. I mean, me personally, I have a really stupid humor, so I do find some of their stuff funny. Obviously, my humor is not on a big boy level, so I'm more of like a 5th grade level, I would say. I'm joking. It's not that bad, but I would say that my humor isn't really like, the most matured up. So yeah, I think Jeffy's a little bit funny. Oh, legendary. Okay, that's fine. I say there ain't no way. Ain't no way. No, but all jokes aside, it's that and Jacksepticeye. I mean, what YouTuber doesn't really have immature humor? Really, like, I mean, there's some that keep it like straight up like professional, but most of the YouTubers, like video game YouTubers, they don't really have the most mature humor. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not ashamed to say it. I still watch Jeffy. I also, like I said, I started watching Jacksepticeye again because his videos, I don't know, for some reason, they just seemed like they were getting a little bit colorless throughout a little bit of the time. Like, it didn't seem like there was much to them anymore. So, not much to Jacksepticeye. There was a lot to him. I meant like just his videos. It didn't seem like there was much to the videos that he was posting for me. Anyway, I never really watched the Elden Ring thing because I can watch people play games, but it like after me playing Elden Ring a little bit, I saw that he posted on it and I was like, you know what? I don't really want to sit there for hours just watching someone try and struggle to beat the same bosses I struggled to beat. So I was like, I'll just wait till there's different content. And it's more of like the animated games that I prefer watching people play the most, if that makes any sense. Like Happy Wheels. That's more of an animated game, but it's fun, and I enjoyed watching people play that. Fortnite, I don't really watch people play Fortnite either. It's more like stuff like Happy Wheels, yeah, like I said, Human Fall Flat, these random platform games that people release and all that. So I'm more of a person that would actually see someone playing a game like Fortnite or Mortal Kombat or GTA or something like that, and I'd be like, you know what? I'll give it a try myself. I'll play it. I don't want to watch them play it, but I'll play it. But I do know there's a lot of people who do watch Fortnite gameplay, so that's why I'm recording this YouTube video, so I can, so people can watch the Fortnite. Even if the gameplay is good or not, they're still gonna watch it. I don't have a gun. I could do that. Okay, wait, hold on. Is that another person? Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here, and there's like 5 people with guns. Well, this is where I die. Common? Really? Out of everything. Can we look common? I was about to... So give me that med kit. It's okay, just think, if you have bad Fortnite games, just remember, you're watching a really bad one. I am usually way better, and these matches usually go way faster through. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, the moment I start recording, it's like, slow down a little bit. Take a break. I guess this is better for more of an intro thing. I guess, anyways. So, how long have I been? Oh, my bad. 15 minutes on. I just see. Oh, why does it still have that on there? Aren't we on like the next season already? Oh well. It's okay. I might do one more round depending on how good it is. Then I'll stop the recording from here. But if anyone's made it this far, anyone's been watching, thank you. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what to say. It's more or less the views I care about, and more of like who's watching it. Because like I said, when I was younger, I would always find my safe space in YouTube videos. And I know some people may not have, you know, they may have kind of like hard home lives, or, you know, they're not really the most popular. Like I wasn't really the most popular back in school. Really still isn't the most however you say it. I'm still really not the most popular. I'm well known in school, but mainly as people see it as more like the shove around, you know, because, you know, people are cool. And at my school, it's like every other person is either popular, an athlete, or both. And I do MMA outside of school. But, you know, no matter what you do, no matter who you are, you're always going to have someone. Or you're always going to have a selective group of people that don't like you. So just remember that you are important. You are loved by people, and you're not just a waste of space. I went through a really bad mental health crisis growing up because of, you know, my home life and all the people around me that would push me around and treat me like garbage. And I thought that was just my life. I thought that I would have to wake up every morning and have to suffer through life's punishment. And then I realized it wasn't life punishing me. It was life opening my eyes to the cruelty of this world, and the fact that I had to realize that I am human. And no matter what, yes, it is going to hurt me. I am going to get my feelings hurt from people, but I'm human. I'm not perfect, and no one's ever going to see me as perfect, and that's okay. Because I always thrived. I always grew up and said I wanted to be perfect. I wanted to be a 6 foot, 240 pound with muscle, like athlete or something. Only because I thought that would make me happy. I thought people would like me if I became one of those. I'm not 6 foot, 5'10", 5'11", 5'10" and a half maybe at most actually. I guess I'm an athlete. I mean, I do jiu-jitsu and MMA, like I said. So I guess that counts as me being an athlete. I don't have a bunch of friends. I have a little group of friends, but you know what? The part that matters and the only part that actually means anything to me is the fact that I have something to look forward to. I have something to wake up in the morning and be proud of myself about. It doesn't matter what other people think of you. It doesn't matter who's watching. It matters if you wake up in the morning and you can realize that you're human, you're not perfect, no one is ever perfect, and even if they try and seem like they're perfect, they either have really strong insecurities or they're hurting on the inside and they're just looking for a way out. And if someone is genuinely just a bad person and wants to be rude, always remember that they're not just being a bad person just to be a bad person. There is something going on, or they have they have the same insecurities that you do, but they took it out in the wrong way. The way you're choosing to take out your insecurities by being a shy kid that just sits there in class and doesn't really speak to people, doesn't really have many friends, that's your way of how you're dealing with it. You're dealing with it in silence and in being alone with yourself. Even though you don't choose it all the time, you're choosing to do that because you're not choosing violence. You're not choosing to be the smaller person. You're choosing to be the bigger person, and you are choosing to be the person that you want to be, the person that you aspire to grow up to be. If someone wants to be the person that no one likes and no one ever looks up to, and they just want to they just want to be seen as, you know, popular and the major athlete. That's on them, right? That's what they want to grow up to be. That's what they want to be looked as. But it's not really right to want to be looked at as just the popular sports kid. I feel like somewhere in there, you would want to be seen, you would want to be known as someone who tried their best in life and someone who worked hard for what they have. Now, I'm not saying that all popular kids or all kids that are rude are stubborn, stuck up, and selfish. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying some people choose to take it out on the world instead of trying to think about what they're doing wrong and what they're choosing to do to other people. Because when someone bullies you and someone treats you like crud, don't take it personally. I promise you it's not just you. If you're the one kid in class that he picks on, guess what? It's not just you. There are other people. There are other classes. There are plenty of other moments that this person targets other people and they're thinking, why me? Why does it have to be me? What did I do so wrong? But you're not doing anything wrong. Realistically speaking, you're not doing a single thing wrong. If they don't like you for existing, then exist harder. If they don't like you for the things that you like, preach about them louder. Now, obviously, if that thing is something like, oh, I support bullying people and I support making them change who they are for the better of what I think is best for them, you don't know what's best for someone else, you know? You don't always know what's best for other people. No matter how much you want to say you do, you don't know what's best for other people. If someone else wants to sit there and be a Pokemon card collector and they want to grow up and be a professional, I don't know, Fortnite player. If they want to grow up and be a professional Fortnite player, who are you to say that that's not what they're supposed to do in life? Now, I understand encouraging, you know, encouraging someone to make right life choices, but it's never right to bully someone, and it's never right to try and change a person for what they enjoy doing. Now, obviously, it doesn't involve crime or anything like that. I don't support all that. Now, I think it's right to speak out whenever someone is bullying you also. Let's talk about speaking out, because I don't know why that guy just jumped on that and just I don't even understand that. But let's talk about speaking out also, because a lot of people, especially me back in the day, they don't really speak out. They never speak out about what's happening to them or the bullying or the hate that's being spread around. This world, it's getting dangerous. It's getting one-sided. Now, me, I'm an open-minded person. Okay, if you have an opinion on something, I would never, ever shame you for that opinion. I would just, if it was something that I didn't personally agree on, I'd be like, well, I don't really personally agree, but I see where you're coming from that point of view. I feel like everyone should try and have the mindset of, I don't personally agree with that, but I understand where you're coming from. Because no matter what, I have this thing where it's like people's opinions 100% matter. Your opinion on something should not be silenced, but it just needs to be morally right. You know, like morally, not even just like societally right. Like if someone goes up to me and says women should wear dresses and skirts because they're feminine, that's what they should be doing, that's wrong. Because no, women don't need to wear dresses. They don't need to try and look feminine or pretty for you. Women can be pretty in their own way. My girlfriend doesn't wear dresses. She probably never will. My reaction to that was, okay, whatever makes you comfortable and however whatever you feel comfortable in your own skin in is what I'm okay with. If she wanted to wear a tuxedo to prom, we would be twinning. Okay? Without a doubt, we would be 100% twinning. Because I don't care. I don't care that she doesn't want to dress feminine. Feminine is a social construct, and so is masculine. There's such social constructs. I mean, obviously there are such things as masculine things and feminine things, but that's something like, arguably, I'd say makeup is more towards a feminine side if it's like beauty makeup, you know? Now, I know men use makeup in like theater or like movies and stuff to like, you know, clear their face. I'm not saying it's wrong for a man to wear makeup. I'm not saying it's not morally okay, because why isn't it okay? Why is it wrong for a guy to wear makeup? He wants to wear makeup? Okay, let him do it, you know? But no, I think that it is okay to have an opinion. I don't think it's okay to force it onto anybody, or to have such a bad outlook on life that all of your opinions involve violence, or violence as a solution, or hate. Hate is such a popular thing now. When did hate become so popular? I don't... Now, a lot of other people would argue that hate is just another way of freedom of speech. You know, you can say what you want to say. I get that. But is it right? We may be able to have the authority, and we may be able to have the right to say it, but is it right to say it, though? It's never right to say something like that, you know, or to hurt somebody intentionally. All my Instagram stories and all my TikTok, I always try and spread positivity. I'm always trying to spread love around, because I do believe there is a lot of good in the world. There's just a lot of bad that's spread through social media and through everywhere that puts a bad mindset on people, you know? I don't think that necessarily, I don't think a lot of people are bad. They're just taught wrong when like they're growing up and they're being taught wrong, and they're told that social norms are, you know, the right way to go. If a guy wants to have long hair, let him have long hair. If a girl wants to cut her hair short, let her cut it short, you know? If a guy wants to wear a dress, let him wear a dress. If a girl wants to wear a button-up shirt and blue jeans, let her wear a button-up shirt and blue jeans. What's the problem? I don't see the issue with these things. People hate over what I like to believe are insecurities. Because I don't think that hate never, and I mean never, comes from a good place in your heart. I don't even think it comes from the heart. I think it comes from a place that is very dark and that isn't healed properly. I feel like when people hate, they're only hating because their hearts are hurting. And because, you know, their lives may not be the best. I remember, I know, because when I was little and I was getting bullied, I became the bully for a while. I became the hateful person. I became the person who spread hate like it was fun. And as ashamed as I am to say it, I enjoyed making other people hurt because I hurt. Because I felt the hurt that other people were making me feel. I was like, I want people to know how I feel. I want people to feel how I feel. But in reality, it wasn't helping anybody. Now, did I stop getting bullied and did I stop getting picked on after starting to become the bully? Of course not. No, I didn't. You know why? Because hate comes from a place of insecurity, like I said. It doesn't come from a place of love, or it doesn't come from your heart. It comes from your own personal insecurities. I would know this, like I said, because I was insecure. I was the one spreading hate. I was the one becoming the bully, and it wasn't right. It wasn't. Now, do I have regrets? Of course I do. Can I fix everything that I've done? I can try. I've talked to people, and I've apologized many times for how I've treated people. Did it always help? I mean, maybe. Maybe they genuinely felt better. Maybe they didn't hate me anymore. But the truth is, it will never heal the hurt that I caused them before in life. It will never heal the hurt that I made them feel when we were younger, because they still felt it back then. They still went through their own personal, their own personal mind struggles and mental health battles. And yet, thinking about it, I was the cause of that. I was the reason why they went through such bad mental health problems, and I was the reason why they probably had a bunch of hate in their heart. And I feel so bad for that. I feel genuinely so bad for the fact that I made people feel that way. I made people want to hate because of the hate that I was receiving, because of the hate that I was spreading. So speak out. Don't be silent. And don't ever let anyone tell you who you are and how much worth that you have. Because no one knows your worth better than you. You just have to find the confidence to accept it, to accept the worth that you have in life, and to accept what you have in life, You don't have a bunch of money? It's okay. God will help you receive. He will help you in life. And I know not everyone believes in God, and you know what? That's okay too. Not everyone follows the word of God, that's okay. As long as you know that you have worth, and that you are a person too, and you deserve love. People deserve love. And animals deserve love. People deserve love. Everyone deserves love just the same. No one deserves to be hurt. No one deserves to be put down a life of misery and darkness. Don't push people into the dark. Release them with the light. Don't ever let anyone put you down. Find people that will build you up to be a better person, that will build you up to be successful in life. Now, I don't mean successful as in have a $3 million paycheck with a lot of money and surrounded by a bunch of people that are going to treat you bad, but also they're going to respect you for the amount of money you have. No. Respect comes from the heart. Not from the paycheck. Not from violence. It comes from pure love. And if you have respect for people, if you have respect for yourself, you will try harder, as hard as you can, to be a better person. And you will try as hard as you can to spread the love that people deserve to hear. Now, it's not that easy. It's not. But it is easy to try. And if you really try, if you really truly try hard enough, you can spread a lot of love to people in your life. You can make people want to keep going, and you can make people want to spread the positivity that you are. Now, I know I just went on a long tangent, a long rant. A lot of people probably didn't even make it to this part, but it's okay. Because I didn't do it for me. I did it for the people who needed to hear it. Who needed the positivity and that needed the encouragement in life. Now, I'm gonna go find this last person. And I'm gonna take them out. But with kindness. A great first YouTube video with my voice, right? Where's this person at? I barely avoided that airstrike. By the way, that was scary. I was panicking. I was like, let's see here. I see the person. Risk getting shot by him and then blown up by a missile, or shoot him while running. And I thought, you know what? Let's shoot him while running. But yeah, I hope the message I was bringing meant something. And I hope that it changed a perspective on how, you know, some people might see life. Because not everything's going to be good. But that doesn't mean everything is bad. Oh. No way. Oh, no way, hold on. Let's go! Victory Royale. I gave a motivational speech, and I won a game of Fortnite. But no, I'm gonna end it here. Everyone have a good day, good night, whatever time it is for y'all. Most importantly, always remember, you are loved, you are needed, and you should never put yourself down for other people. Have a nice day.